Cinema Recall is available everywhere you find great podcasts.
The hell was that?
It's our voice promo guy.
Follow them on Facebook and Instagram under Cinema Recall Podcast and on Twitter at Cinema_Recall.
Vern, can we afford to have a voiceover guy?
We can't afford not to. He used to be a voice guy for movie trailers, but now he just follows me around and gives me movie trailer narration.
That's really sad.
What? Now we're giving him purpose in life. He now has a reason to go on.
Check out past episodes at cinemarecall.net. Promise it's fun!
I'm Bo Maddox.
I'm Ashley Chancellor.
I'm Derik.
And this is Collateral Cinema and Ratchet Book Club. Welcome to a special 100th episode season finale edition of Collateral Cinema, the only movie podcast that matters, where we focus on good movies, bad movies, definitely bad movies in this case.
Yes.
And everything else in between in the world of cinema. We're podcasting straight from somewhere in South Texas. And yes, my friends, you are going to need a lot of weed for this. I don't care who you are. You're just going to need some kind of dab or blunts or bongs or joints or whatever. So whatever you have, smoke it or consume it if you've got it, everybody. And yes, you heard it right. 100th episode. Woo! Woo! I'm so excited for this. I mean, this has been a long time coming. And this is something we've been planning for quite a while now, right, Ash?
Yes. So, I think way back when we discussed this, we were like, for our 100th episode, we are going to do a Redux on The Room, because funny enough, the Room episode, which we did early in season 1, was supposed to be my debut episode on this podcast. But I ended up missing that episode because of a family situation. I did make it for the movie commentary and then every episode following, but yeah, I haven't actually gotten the chance to talk about The Room. And I'm sad that Robert isn't here with us. He just wasn't able to make it because, I mean, this is an episode, this is a movie that is very near and dear to our hearts on this podcast. It's something that even other people have picked up on. Like, we regularly quote this movie.
Exactly, yeah.
In other episodes.
We have reviews on Apple Podcasts and everything pretty much saying, hey, we like the episodes where they talk about The Room and whatnot. So yeah, we definitely quote that a lot on this podcast. Like, Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero are pretty much the patron saints of this podcast.
100%.
But since we have both seen this movie so many times and are so, just so into just the lore and the history of this movie, we had to get a fresh perspective on it. And that fresh perspective is Derik from Hindsight Movie Reviews and Ratchet Book Club. How are you doing today, Derik?
Hey, so let me explain to the listeners what the fuck's about to happen. So my podcast, Ratchet Book Club, is where I read hood classics and good classics. The one rule that I have is if I've read a book before, it's a good classic. I know that without a shadow of a doubt. Right now, I'm doing a series called Sleeping with Strangers. It's about a spy. It's really dope. It's this whole thing. But if I've never read a book before, I don't read it until right before. I don't read it until right as I'm recording the show. So the essence is pure. So when my beloved listener Shannon told me I should read A Bridge to Terabithia, which I had never read before in my life.
Ooh.
Yeah, the reaction to that was very, very raw and very real. I still can't listen to episode 4 of that series without tearing up a bit. So same rules applied here. I got asked to be on this show last December 26th to be exact. I kept the notes. I got asked to be on this show, and they were like, here's a list of movies for the 100th episode. We're going to do The Room. And I was like, cool, I will watch The Room. I've never seen it. At that point in time, I could have cheated. I could have sat there and watched The Room just to prep myself accordingly. Fuck that shit. I waited until literally 3 hours before we started recording to watch The Room. And I can't unsee the shit that I saw.
Oh my God. So this is fresh.
Fresh.
Wow.
Fresh.
This is going to be a fun episode.
Oh,
This is as fresh. This is fresh as that first real blowout diaper that your child has after eating adult food.
Okay.
Oh man, it's that kind of dumpster fire. Jesus Christ.
No, this is great because Bo told me some time ago that you had never actually seen the movie before. And I was like, wow, okay, so we get to pop his cherry?
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
exciting enough, but you just watched this movie moments ago.
Literally.
Is what
Hours
you're
ago.
saying.
Literally. So I watched. So here's how my day went. Just to give people an idea. Because Ratchet Book Club and Hindsight aren't my only podcast. So I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, gave my beloved wife a kiss goodbye as she went to work. Came into my game room and played some Shadow Labyrinth, which is the new Pac-Man Metroidvania game.
Yes, I played that too on Nintendo Switch 2, and that's pretty fun.
It's cool. I'm enjoying it so far. I want to take it with me on this trip that we're going on, so I wanted to get established, so I wasn't just struggling as I was on the plane. So played that for a while. Then I did an episode of Corrupt, which is the podcast me and some of my friends are doing about the TV show The Shield. We just finished the 3rd season finale, so we did that. Played a couple video games. Got the message back from Bo about, where to go for today. I was like, hey, can we do this time? He said, yes. As soon as he did that, I was like, I need to find the fucking room. It's not available on like a million different streaming sites. I got to find this fucking movie. I said I was going to watch it. I'm literally panicking. Yeah. You know where you can find the room at, ladies and gentlemen? The fucking Internet Archive.
Absolutely, yeah.
You can watch The Room on the Internet Archive.
I don't think it's on any.
It's not.
I don't think it's on any streaming services. In fact, it's not even on the Apple TV app, which conglomerates information from multiple streaming services. Usually, that's my go-to place to look for where to find a movie. Right? It's not even on there.
So you have to ask yourself how many streaming sites put this movie on there when it was like, fuck this shit. And just dropped it off. So watched it on Internet Archive. And even though I'm in my house by myself, my wife's at work, my son is with his friends, I know I'm alone, I'm still, every so often, I keep looking over my shoulder to see if anyone just saw or heard what the fuck I just saw or heard. And that's my experience with The Room. This shit was absurd. It was the best. It literally could be called Girls Are Not to Be Trusted by
Absolutely.
But it's so deranged. It's so deranged how this movie came together. And I can see how it's a cult classic. But I'm never going to watch this shit again. I understand that y'all love it. I would not make my wife watch this movie. I have so many questions. I know this is y'all's 100th episode, and y'all have done this movie before, and I feel good about that because I'm going to monopolize a lot of your time asking questions such as, did they have to play the entire fucking song for the sex scenes knowing that this dude is fucking wearing pants throughout the fucking sex scene? Like he didn't take his clothes off.
Well, as Tommy puts it, you do have to show ass to sell movie.
Absolutely. Show ass to sell movie, Greg.
You got that shot of Tommy's ass, right? That's a critical point of the movie.
It has to be done. You have to. It has to be shown. Otherwise, the room is just not the room.
So famously, as documented in The Disaster Artist, he actually intentionally did that. Like people asked him, I think Greg comes up to him at some point, is like, well, do you have to have your ass in the movie? And he's like, no, I have to show ass to sell movie.
It is important that I show my ass to sell this movie. It's more like
Show ass to sell movie, Greg.
and I don't know. I can't argue with that.
I mean,
I can't argue with that logic.
By the way, Juliette Danielle was 18 years old at the time of recording this, the actress that plays Lisa.
Lord help us all.
And this was her debut, I believe, as an actress.
Straight out of
Yeah.
Texas.
This was her, like,
And Derek, you want to know what the first scene that they did with her? That first sex scene.
Of course. Why not? Why not? When a guy looks the way Tommy looks, why not make the first scene? So my favorite movie, my favorite movie, I don't know if I've even convinced my guys to do it yet on hindsight, but one of my favorite movies of all time is Bowfinger.
Oh yeah, Bowfinger.
This movie feels a lot. This movie feels a lot like Steve. Like if Steve Martin had made The Room, that would have made sense. Like if his character from Bowfinger made this movie, it would have been no fucking duh that your first thing is going to be a sex scene with Heather Graham. So Juliette Danielle, 18, fresh off the tomato truck from Texas. And from what I read, because again, after I watched this shit, go do some research. From what I read, the fourth fucking understudy for this role. The first one was a Latina lady.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Wow.
We could have had a Latina. I love Latinas. I just got to tell you guys.
So
got a thing for the Latinas.
Look, after this movie, the best part to me, and I know it's hard to pick a best part because so much of this didn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. The best part to me was the sex scene between Lisa and Mark. We're in the midst of him moaning while they're not even near each other. Like just, we're still 4 feet apart from each other. She
belly button fucking.
She does everything in her power to put her hand down the jeans that are literally welded to his ass. You could just see the top part of her fingertips trying to get inside these jeans and squeeze his ass. And he's like, I said pants on.
There's just no way. There's no way she's gonna get that hand in between those pants. I mean, Greg, like Mark is just the king of the skinny pants, and he just he wields them like a weapon against the feminine wiles of Lisa.
Lisa,
and not only that, but he's wearing it. It seems like they're so tight. It seems like he's wearing another pair of pants underneath the pants. So
exactly,
it feels like, and I'm sorry. These are the things that go through my head when I watch shit like this. It seems like to quote Arrested Development, it seems like Mark is a fucking never nude. Like this motherfucker never takes his clothes off in the shower or anything else because you're literally 2.5 feet away from this woman. But you still got your fucking pants on, bro. Like, come on.
And she still has her top on and everything. It's like, I mean, yeah. That scene on the stairs. It's just, I mean, it's the perfect asexual sex scene. It's the perfect. That's what it is. It's like it's a sex scene where nothing sexual happens,
and you get the beautiful song. You are my rose. You are my rose. You are my rose.
That song is so incredible, and apparently he was going to originally have Bon Jovi on his soundtrack for that.
Fuck yeah.
There was going to be Bon Jovi playing during that.
Well, why did we miss out on that opportunity? What the fuck is this shit?
Right.
Licensing issues as usual, that rears its ugly head.
And Tommy apparently invested quite a bit of money into this, which nobody is quite sure where that came from.
Yeah. But apparently there's some since we did the last episode all those years ago, there is some few mysteries that have been solved about Tommy. We do now know how old he actually is and how old he was when he made this.
He's 69. Nice.
So yeah, he's 69, and he made this when he was 48.
All
He was
right.
48 years old when he made this. And also, they did confirm he is Polish.
Polish,
He does have an original Polish surname, and he switched over to Tommy Wiseau just to make it, easier, just to romanize it and whatnot.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name, but it starts with a W.
it's very
Polish.
very Polish sounding.
You
It's
can,
like-
you can look it up on Wikipedia, but yeah, he has an actual name now. We know how old he is. We know where he's from. But for a long time, that was a mystery. Nobody quite knew. He insisted upon telling everybody that he was Greg's age.
he insisted upon it.
And that he was from New Orleans
Oh God.
when pressed about his accent.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
We still don't know where the money came from that he single-handedly invested in to produce this movie. By the way, he shot this in both 35 film and digital. And yeah, just mind-boggling decisions that were made during the production of this movie. We talked about it on the Disaster Artist episode.
Yes.
But
We talked about quite a bit of it. I mean, this is one of those productions that is just kind of legendary, just in how it was made. I
Yeah.
mean, there's so much lore that of course, Hollywood people being who they are, they made the Disaster Artist. James Franco and Dave Franco. They came together and told a somewhat abridged story of what happened and how the room was made. It's like not everything is accurate in that movie completely, but
right, like there's a scene at the end where they're viewing it for the very first time on in the theater, like the premiere night.
Yeah.
And the reception actually seems overall positive, which is what it would come to be after because of the ironic value of the movie. But as I understand it, this movie didn't even find the ironic appeal until much later.
No.
When it
Yeah.
was aired on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it first came out, like from what I've heard, they had to refund the money to more than half of the theater goers 30 minutes into the movie.
Yeah. It was that kind of a reaction.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like the equivalent of going to the prom that Carrie's attending. Like you went in there and you immediately wanted to get out.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, all these years later, it would eventually get that cult following. But that's where me and The Room began. It begins when Adult Swim, they do a April Fool's Day prank. Every April 1st, they do something to their broadcast that's humorous or, that's even how Toonami came back. They brought back Toonami as an April Fool's prank.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of stuck around. But originally, what they did is they just They just showed a censored version of The Room randomly, and not only that,
yeah.
but Tim and Eric of Tim and Eric Awesome Show fame, they also kind of helped to bring Tommy into the mainstream with their episode Pigman, which was directed by Tommy Wiseau. So you have Tommy Wiseau and Eric Wareheim and Tim Heidecker in the same episode, and it's just like, that's legendary, man, because I mean, in some ways it almost feels like Tommy Wiseau is a Tim and Eric character.
Yeah.
That's what he feels like, right?
The real life Tommy Wiseau, right? Yeah.
Yes.
He feels like a character. That's what's so hilarious about him. And we've seen him, that character, used to some effect in movies like Best Friends, where you take like a competent director who can just utilize Wiseau's weirdness. And I got to agree. I think he really would kill it as a villain.
Oh,
I got to agree with what they told him in The Disaster Artist. Like he's really got that energy. I mean, have you guys seen his Joker? It's fucking legendary.
Yeah, exactly. But Derik, out of all the scenes in this movie, which I know there's quite a few of them, which are the ones that stand out to you the most?
Why the fuck? Oh my God, the drug dealer on the rooftop with Danny. Was that his name?
I don't have 5 fucking minutes, Denny.
Denny. Oh my God. And then out of nowhere.
That method acting, man.
Out of no fucking where. Everybody just appears on the fucking rooftop. Like, It was so bad. Like, just zoom in on people's faces. And this is right after Lisa's telling her mom about how much she hates Tommy and how they're not going to get married and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, they're all on the roof and she's crying like she's his mom. And it's just so bad. It is all so awful. Like, okay, I play this video game. I play Call of Duty. And you can go up to the rooftop where there's only one entrance to the rooftop. I can tell you right now, if I'm holding a pistol and 4 people run out that door as loudly as they ran out that door, 1 out of them 4 are getting shot. Like, there's no way everybody's getting out of that thing unscathed and I'm going to jail and telling you I will come back and get you. And also, where'd that storyline go to? Once we found out that Denny had a drug problem, apparently, where did that storyline go? We didn't talk about it anymore. After that, from that point on, I'm sorry. From that point on, Denny became the equivalent of a special needs kid in the neighborhood who just wants to play football. That's all the motherfucker wants to do is play the football and watch people have sex.
He just likes to watch you guys.
I just like to watch you guys.
You know, he just likes to watch.
How the fuck did? Hold on, Denny. Denny, let's bring that back a little bit. You're talking a little bit faster, homie Denny. What do you mean you like to watch us? Not you would you see, Denny, you're a college student, so I know you know the fucking English language. You left some words out of that sentence. You would like to watch us. So would and to were left out of that sentence because I know you son of a bitch. I know you fucking didn't fucking watch me and my girl have sex. I like to watch you. What the fuck you mean you know what, Lisa? Go outside. Go outside. Me and Denny are about to have a talk about his hobbies.
But of course that's not what happens. I mean, they're just like, oh well, okay then.
Right? And they treat him like he's 6.
Pillow fighting.
Like they treated him.
You look beautiful today. Can I kiss you?
It was when the movie first started, they didn't establish that Denny was a college student. They didn't establish anything. I thought he was Tommy's son. I thought he was just supposed to be
a son to him.
No, not only a son. I literally, based on the way he was acting in this film, I literally thought he was supposed to be 7 and they just couldn't get a 7-year-old in time.
Oh my God.
Because when he jumped up, when he jumped up on the bed with them and was laying between them on the bed like a little kid would do and all that kind of shit, after the fucking pillow fight, rose tearing sex scene that they had for approximately 3 minutes and 21 seconds while music played in the background. Is your whole
fantasy dream come true?
Is your whole second story your bedroom? Because as soon as you go up that circular stairway, you bump your foot directly against the fucking bed frame. What the fuck kind of a room are you staying? Why the fuck is this show called The Room? What the fuck are we doing?
None of it makes sense. It's like this weird Euclidean nightmare, you know? Yes. I mean, there's just like no real logic to where anything is in this movie.
And apparently people just come in and out of that apartment. You know, it's as Claudette says, why are these characters here?
Who are these characters? Why are they here?
What are these characters doing here? And that actually sums up the entire movie.
Yeah. Just scene after scene of characters.
This shit felt like Too Many Chefs. That's what this felt like. It felt like Too Many Chefs.
Too many cooks.
Yeah, too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly what it is. It's just so many random characters just kind of come in out of nowhere. Like, for instance, the aforementioned Chris R., who's, of course, a legend in his own right.
Oh, no, that dude actually ran for Congress.
Yeah, I don't think that he actually got elected, but he did run.
I'm not going to...
Jen Yegian, I think.
Jen Yegian? Yeah. Dude straight up ran for Congress.
I hope it was on a drug-free program.
I would hope so. Yeah.
And he actually embraced his role in the room and his status as a cult icon.
I would.
Because, I mean, okay, that guy is probably the only person in this movie who actually gives a compelling performance. It is 100% method acting. And I got to say, I mean, that dude probably actually had a career in Hollywood if he didn't decide to pursue politics.
Absolutely.
I can see it. He had the acting. He had the talent level of a Power Rangers villain.
Yes, exactly.
But see, okay, so here's what I want, all right? I wanted to mention this earlier, but I would love to see, this is just like my fan idea, but what if we got a big budget Hollywood remake of The Room, and we had Tom Holland as Denny, and we had and we had Jared Leto as Chris R, and we'll just go ahead and put Pedro Pascal as Tommy just to piss everyone off.
Who would we get to play Juliet, or Lisa? Who would replace Juliet Danielle?
It's going to be Zoe Saldana, just so that we can piss people off.
Oh,
honestly.
of course, yeah.
Just race swap the character, just to make the conservatives angry.
Oh yeah,
and also Claudette has been gender swapped.
That'll work.
It's Rave Eyes,
and we're actually going to see an appearance of Harold, who was mentioned but not seen, and he's played by the great Willem Dafoe.
There you go.
And also, we'll get an appearance of Denny's girlfriend, whatever the fuck her name was, and she's played by Zendaya. Again, just to piss people off.
Fucking Zendaya, of course.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
There you go. That's like my cursed the Room fan casting. Oh, Chris Pratt as Mark. Again, just because he's in everything and just to piss everybody off like Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. I mean, why not? That just seems like the logical thing to do. But incidentally, there was a remake of The Room done by Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah, you told me that, and he has a cameo in The Disaster Artist too, which I forgot about until I watched it recently.
Him and David Cross, both of Mr. Show with Bob and Dave. Mm-hmm. They were both in that movie. They were the camera dealers, I believe.
Huh.
Yeah,
Bob Odenkirk was like the method acting.
No, he was a method acting coach. Yeah, that's right.
But you said he actually had planned to do a remake of The Room.
As far as I understand, it's filmed. It's just not being released for one reason or another. So it's kind of become some kind of lost media, actually.
Sad.
I know there's a lot of things that become lost media, but apparently there is lost media attached to The Room, and that's all of the hours and hours of video footage that Tommy Wiseau had filmed during the making of The Room. There's hours of footage.
He recorded everything, right?
Everything.
I record everything. No, but there's so many elements of the story that actually come out as autobiographical, especially when you dive deeper into the behind the scenes,
Exactly.
The whole betrayal of Mark and everything kind of dials into the way that Tommy felt when he felt betrayed by Greg Sestero in real life, moving out and pursuing his own career and being successful.
Yeah. Oh.
It almost feels like the script was sort of written with that.
So
I don't know.
So was Greg 18 the first time that he fucked Tommy too?
He was pretty young when he first met Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. I think he was 19, and he in the movie in The Disaster Artist, he's like
19 or 20 years old.
He says he's 19, and his mom asks Tommy, "How old are you?" And he's like, "I'm Greg age."
Yeah, right.
You are 19? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a number.
Tommy's ass, yeah, back in 2003 is and apparently he was 48 when he made it. He knew Greg for a little while, so he probably met him when he was maybe 45, maybe.
Something like that.
Something like
it's
that,
at least a couple years between when they met and when they worked on the movie together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Tommy Wiseau, what a fucking enigma, right?
So many ways.
I mean, just that opening scene where he comes in, after you've seen his name flash across the screen several times, right? And you know that he's writer, director, star, and director, producer, writer, and star of this. That opening scene where he walks into the apartment. Hi, babe. I have something for you. Right within that first scene, you know what you're in for.
Absolutely.
You know exactly what you're in for.
Right?
I didn't. I didn't. Y'all keep saying that. I didn't. Okay, y'all might know what you're in for. I literally walked into this with eyes wide shut. I didn't know jack shit about this movie other than the fact that can I be honest with y'all? Can I be honest?
Yeah,
can I be honest? Listeners,
sure.
hi. So listeners, hi. I'm Derik. Some people call me Rashani. I want to get close to the listeners right here, real quick. So listeners, I don't know if you've gauged this yet, but I am a older, sturdier version of a black man, and I don't know a single goddamn person in this entire fucking world who had seen this movie prior to these two who I'm doing this show with right now. So when you tell me about The Room, I know about The Room, but I don't really know about The Room. And when you tell me about The Disaster Artist, I know about it, but I just thought until I watched this movie and read Wikipedia, I thought The Disaster Artist was James Franco doing a version of The Room. I thought that it was just them making fun of The Room. I knew nothing about this shit. I knew the high mark. That's it. And I knew that it was going to be bad acting, but there's different levels to bad acting, and this was he was serious.
He was absolutely.
He was absolutely serious about this. This was not he tried to come back later and say this was all a joke and it was a black comedy. No. He was serious.
It's the sincerity.
And to know that there's hours and hours more of this is just frightening.
I know, right?
Because people had to put up with this shit for hours and hours.
Have you
ever had a listeners, again, this is me and you. The other two aren't in here. Bo and Ashley left the room. It's just me and you. Come close. I'm going to talk to you with my regular voice. Have you ever had a bad sexual experience? Like not a bad sexual experience, just one where it feels like it's going on forever. You can't get your orgasm right, and it comes and then it leaves again, and you're right there. And they're not really into it either. Not because it's just non-consensual or anything like that. Just because, it's just nobody, like, they're fucking tired. You're tired and you want to go to sleep, but really, when else are you going to get a chance to do this shit? So you're both playing the role and just it goes on for way too fucking long, like this joke. That's how The Room felt if I found out that he had hours upon hours of extra footage of recording. Like, I know the rest of those actors just wanted to get the fuck out the building. He was like, no, Mark, let's do it this way. Like, what the fuck? Like, how do you do extra hours of a fucking horrible movie? How do you not know? How did he not know?
What we're referring to specifically is actually it's footage that he recorded of behind the scenes stuff that was going on. Like he basically recorded people, like especially when they were talking about him.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
when there were discussions going on set.
Oh my!
Because the conditions were less than optimal. I love Tommy. Okay, I think he's a wonderful person, but the way that he approached this movie when he filmed it was
not particularly great.
It was not a good working environment to be in, and according to the Disaster Artist, at least, his whole motivation behind that was just that, he heard of stories like Kubrick and other directors and the conditions that their actors worked in, and just thought to be a good director, he needed to do that.
Yeah. Simple as that. I mean,
but then there's just other mind-boggling decisions that showed his inexperience as a director. Like, for instance, choosing to film things on sets or using green screens when they were in California, totally capable of filming San Francisco. Like, I think in the movie they even talk about how there's like an alleyway directly across from the set.
Isn't that where they filmed the tuxedo football scene?
Yeah, but they made a set of an alleyway. But there's an alleyway right across the street they could have used.
I thought that somehow Tommy and Mark, because Mark was really the impetus for whether or not Lisa was going to fucking get married. Let's be real about this. I really thought that Tommy and Mark had somehow convinced Lisa to finally close her legs to Mark and get married. And they were like, fuck it. We're on our way to the church to literally get married. And Denny's like,
Football, yay!
So they stand out in the parking lot and play football with this 19-year-old 7-year-old
They don't even
for
play
like
football.
4 minutes before they go to get married.
They just toss the ball around.
And then the psychiatrist friend, whatever the fuck his name was, falls down, so they go back indoors.
Yeah.
Why the fuck were y'all wearing tuxes? Why were you all wearing tuxes? What's with the fucking tuxes?
I bet you that it's a very stupid reason. Like Tommy just had them for the day, so it's like, oh, we put in movie.
Well, to be fair, that one question is raised a lot when people watch this movie, and to be fair, I think that's the one that's sort of actually explained on screen. Like the other characters do react to the idea of throwing the football in tuxes together as a weird thing to do.
Exactly.
And so I guess the movie sort of lampshades that one, but it's still kind of mind-boggling as to why Tommy decided to film that in the first place. Like why, you know what I mean? Because what purpose does it serve the narrative? What purpose do any of these scenes serve, you know?
A great Hollywood game, a great American game.
Or that scene in particular, you know? Like
great American game.
It's like you said earlier, Derek, like it goes nowhere, and there are so many instances of that. Claudette's breast cancer. It's brought up once, never talked about again, and it goes nowhere. And that's what this movie is.
Pretty much any scene with Claudette goes nowhere, you know? Even when she's indignant at Denny after the Chris R incident, it's like, lady, where do you get off? He's like, you don't even know who this kid is.
And we have basically the same scene at least 3 times with her and Lisa talking about Lisa and not being in love with Johnny. And ultimately, those scenes are also pointless because we already know that she's cheating on him.
They're all the same scene as well. They all have the same flow to them, you know? It's like Claudette comes in, acts all catty, talks about herself, and then it gets back to Tommy and Lisa, to Johnny and Lisa. And Johnny's like, and Lisa's just like, I don't love him anymore. And she's
but
just
he makes all your money. He pays for everything. He loves you. I don't love him anymore. Like, the fuck?
What? Like, you literally just summed up every single one of those scenes just now. With
exactly.
with those 2 lines.
And
like,
we don't even get a real explanation why Lisa doesn't love Johnny anymore.
Because she's a sociopath, I guess.
I mean, if you fall out of love with somebody, fair enough, that happens. But it's like, that just seemed a little abrupt, you know?
It is abrupt because she seems totally in love with him during the first sex scene. It seems great and everything. And by the way, I mean, Tommy, again, going into the autobiographical nature, you can tell that Tommy positions himself, his character, as this upstanding citizen who has the good job, has the beautiful girl. He dotes on her. He does everything right, and then gets betrayed by everyone.
Yeah, and he has a group of friends that he believes in and that he believes he can confide in and everything, and that eventually blows up in his face.
And then everybody betray me. I'm fed up with this world.
Oh God!
I just. There's so many questions I have about Lisa.
Okay, ask away.
First of all, why did they have the dude in the at the party? Yeah, I'm just gonna jump around in this movie like what Tommy does. Like why not?
That is the best way to approach it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's the best way to do it.
Why did they have that random ass dude who's sitting right next to his girlfriend at the party? Lisa looks hot tonight.
The number of characters that comment on Lisa's attractiveness throughout the movie, it's like we're constantly being told how attractive it is. And I'll be honest, I mean, no offense to Juliette Danielle, but I don't think she's all that. She's pretty enough.
The more they said it, the less I believed it.
Yeah.
The number of characters that mention it.
One of my big things is the way that my mind works. The more somebody tells me something good about myself, the less I believe it. And by the 5th time that somebody comes up and tells me something, I'm like, okay, all of y'all are fucking picking on me. So by the 9th time that a random fucking dude in this movie is telling me Lisa's so fucking beautiful, I'm like,
yeah.
Are you talking about her right nipple? Because we've seen her right nipple more than I've actually seen her in this movie, and so it's pretty immaculate as far as right nipples go. I don't have any issues with it. There's no moles. It looks like she's been checked for breast cancer, but her herself, like.
She's just a basic,
Lisa,
conventionally attractive white woman.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what she is.
Lisa, and honestly, Lisa, I wouldn't marry Johnny either. Like, honestly, you're 18, you're fucking 18, and he's like 49.
But he's the favorite customer of the lady from the shop.
Yeah.
And he's a favorite customer of every lady from the shop. And the funny story was when they went out on their first date, she paid. How? She's 18. How'd she pay for anything in San Francisco? How?
I don't know.
Why did y'all go to McDonald's?
What's interesting about that story? Because he goes through the whole story, goes into how they met and everything, which has nothing to do with what he touts as the interesting point. And it's not even interesting.
It's a basic ass meet up, you know?
It's like, okay, she paid for the date.
He's like, funny story, it wasn't herpes.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of got that energy, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Where the fuck is this coming from, Johnny? What are we talking about here? That's how I met Lisa. Like, everybody in this movie is literally unrealistically awful.
Honestly.
At the end of the movie, like, honestly, at the end of the movie, Mark, out of no fucking word, just decides, yes, I do want to fuck Lisa for the rest of my days. At the party, I've just decided.
Like, no less than 3 times does Lisa come on to him, seduce him, and he acts surprised about what she's doing. Like, what's going on here?
What is this? The lights, the music,
the sexy
the
dress,
champagne, the sexy dress. What's going on here? What's going on here, babe? Babe, I don't know what's going on here. I see the wine and I see the dress and everything, but you're just not giving me the right messages, babe.
Oh man, I thought we were gonna Netflix and chill. Where's the Netflix?
Hey everybody, at this birthday party for Johnny, let's all go outside. Yay, that's a great idea. Why'd everybody go outside? You set this up, didn't you? You sly dog.
And what does she do? She goes and her and Mark just cajoles on the sofa for a little bit. Then homeboy who pretty much that one dude at the party that catches them, he's pretty much supposed to be Harold, the psychologist, but that actor left halfway through the movie. The film.
I was wondering.
Peter?
Yeah,
I would have left too after Mark threatened to throw me off a fucking roof.
No shit, right?
And Mike definitely feels like a stand-in for Peter. Like,
he does. Yeah, for Peter. Yeah.
I love that whole like reefer badness outlook that Tommy writes into the script too, with that scene with where he's threatening to throw him off the roof. Like nobody smokes weed and gets aggressively violent like that.
No. Come on now.
But yeah, no, like we just introduced this character Mike out of nowhere, who definitely feels like a stand-in for Peter, like I mentioned, and he's literally just there to catch Lisa and Mark and tell them that Johnny is very sensitive.
And I can't help but think that Peter would have handled that a lot better than Mike did.
I don't know. Peter's a fucking clumsy ass clown, and he does not smoke marijuana, so he has got no excuse for the way that he fell over.
Hey, he is a psychologist.
Out of nowhere.
He's at least licensed to deal with shit like this,
Peter, you always play psychologist with us.
I thought that I honestly did believe that was the first time we saw this dude in the entire movie, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. At the party.
Okay, I thought so. I was literally like, who the fuck are you? Like, because Johnny is like, you brought all my best friends here. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, where the fuck did the guy with the glasses go? I don't know anyone's name past Mark, because he says, hi, Mark, hi, Lisa, over and over again.
Hi, Denny. Hi, Claudette.
And you're bringing in people over and over again who I don't know. Who the fuck? I felt like I felt like a 3-month-old feels when their father shaves his beard for the first time. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Where the fuck is my father? Like, what is this shit?
Who are these characters and what are they doing here?
And then to cap it all off, just to make sure that everybody forgets the fact that old boy saw her in a compromising position. We're expecting what the fuck?
Where did that come from? I know.
It comes from nowhere and it goes nowhere because she almost immediately admits that it was a lie.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's a lie, but we're going to have a baby anyway. Isn't that how pregnancy works?
You know what, though? We need the fabled Room sequel, the Room 2, where it's revealed that the baby actually is real and it's Johnny's, but Lisa raises it thinking that it's Mark's, a la Count of Monte Cristo, and he meets Tommy Wiseau in a sort of Jor-El / Green Goblin sort of way, who sends him on a quest to avenge him.
Oh, come on now. Tommy would never be able to write anything like that. Come on now. And he originally had Johnny as a vampire.
Maybe Johnny Vampire. We're not sure.
A perfect world.
These are for you.
Thanks, honey. They're beautiful.
A perfect life.
I would do anything for my girl. I love you, Lisa.
I love you, Johnny.
He provides for you. Darling, you can't support yourself.
I don't love him anymore. He didn't get his promotion. And he got drunk last night. And he hit me.
It's not true. I did not hit her. Well, maybe you should have a girl, Mark. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I have one already. I don't know yet. We can't do this anymore. Johnny's my best friend. This will be our secret.
Don't worry. You can trust me.
We are expecting! I'm your future husband.
You sure about that?
Please talk to me, please! You're having an affair with Lisa, aren't you?
I need more from life than what Johnny can give me.
She's a sociopath. She can't love anyone.
There is no baby. I told him that to make it interesting.
She's such a manipulative witch.
You're hurting yourself. You're hurting our friendship.
I treat you like a princess, and you stab me in the back. You are tearing me apart, Lisa! Hey, Danny. Where's my money, Danny?
Put the gun down. What the hell is wrong with you? Just shut up.
Hey! Get out of this world!
The Room, a film with the passion of Tennessee Williams, directed by Tommy Wiseau. The best movie of the year. Experience this quirky new black comedy. It's a riot.
I actually like the idea of the sequel as long as the sequel is named The Room Part 2, Room Temperature.
Yes, absolutely.
To be honest, I don't know if it would work because Tommy Wiseau, it's as you mentioned earlier, Derik, I think what really sells this movie for what it is the sincerity of it, and too bad it's good cinema. This is something we talked about on the podcast before, but too bad it's good cinema kind of relies on that sincerity. And to some extent,
so bad it's good.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But with So Bad It's Good media, I mean, it's like as soon as it becomes aware, it's not really funny anymore. It doesn't really have that quality to it. And to some extent, I think Tommy is aware of the way that people view this film, like you said earlier, he's even kind of trying to pass it off as he was always intending to make it a black comedy, right? That's what he said.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, ever since he leaned into that, I think that now he does kind of actually see it as that,
Yeah.
He actually sees it for the absolutely funny movie that it is.
But this was 100% genuine when he was writing it.
Now, what's really going to kind of underline that though is, what's his new movie Big Shark like? Because yes, he has made another movie and it's called Big Shark,
and apparently it came out and we weren't even aware that it released.
Big Shark. I know.
Oh my God! I just today. This is funny aside here, but today I asked my 6-year-old about a baby shark thing that she saw on an app, and I was like, "Oh look, it's Baby Shark," and she goes, "Oh, that's for babies." I'm like, I gotta keep up with it. That shit, right?
Yeah, right. It's already passe. Damn.
Like, goddamn. But yeah, Big Shark is supposedly already come out. I think it hasn't seen any kind of like theatrical or video release.
He's currently screening it alongside The Room. It's kind of going to The Room is like a double feature now. So
right, yeah. Sorry, what I meant to say is it hasn't seen any sort of video release. It's strictly theatrical runs during his tour. So we got to check whenever he's coming to Texas next. And
yeah, because that's pretty much going to be the only way that we could actually see that movie.
I'm pretty sure something was going on in Houston not too long ago, and I was like, you guys need to come out.
Yeah, no, if he comes through Houston or San Antonio or, I mean, hell, even Austin, maybe.
Yeah.
I think I could see us taking a trip there, maybe.
Because apparently the Room movie screenings are something that you kind of have to really be a part of. If you're into, this film or these kinds of films.
Yeah, seriously, Derik, I know you said that you would never want to watch this movie again. Honestly, you should see it live with Tommy and with a live audience, because it's pretty much kind of like the Rocky Horror Picture Show in the way that the crowd actually approaches everything.
Yeah.
If that's your thing, like people talk back to the movie. They have a rowdy time there,
I need to be a part of it.
So in LA, current around the time that we're recording this, they have a cinema that is showing The Matrix.
Ooh.
And it's like this all-inclusive immersive experience where when the rows of guns fly past on the screen, I guess it's like a dome that also does has the film going as well. So while the rows of guns are coming past, it's coming past you on the sides too. So you feel like you're in the film.
That's so cool. Wow.
I would want to do that rather than get hit by a random football thrown by somebody when I'm not expecting it, because it's my first time watching The Room.
It's either footballs or it's spoons, because there's randomly like picture frames with spoons on the wall.
Yeah.
In the background, some scenes. So people will throw plastic spoons at the screen and everything.
Plastic spoons.
Yeah, if I get hit by a spoon, and I don't expect it, turn on the fucking lights. Turn on the goddamn light. Which one of y'all threw this fucking spoon? Which one of you? Which one of you? Only black dudes in the entire theater. Like
exactly. And then everybody just kind of looks and everybody is holding spoons. It's like, it's like, I don't want to say anything. But yeah, that is kind of how the actual screenings of The Room. It's kind of its own little thing in So Bad It's Good movie culture. You know, much in the same way like Neil Breen. Who.
Yeah.
I mean, he's somebody who's aware of what his movies are, and somehow, I mean, he's kind of stuck to, the overall feel of his movies and everything. Like, we've done pretty much all of the Neil Breen movies except for Arcade the Tortured Crossing, which is that tiger fight scene. Oh my God.
The tiger.
That tiger scene.
Even Neil Breen's kind of almost approaching that wall of like, is he starting to realize the ironic appeal of it? And I know that Tommy is at least aware of it, but I'd be really curious to see, what something comes from, something coming from him looks like, because we've seen him act in movies like Best Friends, right? Or Samurai Cop 2, but like, what is another Tommy Wiseau, directed, written, produced
other
media
than,
look like,
other than Big Shark.
Yeah. I know he does have a TV series out, The Neighbors.
The Neighbors. Yeah. That's an old TV series that he did back in the day. And I think that's somewhat available. Some of it might be lost media.
I actually, as much of Tommy Wiseau fans as we are, I don't think either of you have seen that yet, Bo.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
No.
So that's something definitely to check out in the future. But The Room, okay, we couldn't do The Room episode if we didn't talk about some of our favorite moments from the movie, our favorite scenes, right? Some of the big ones. So I'm going to go ahead and start off and say my favorite scene is there's two favorite scenes of mine, but one of them, of course, is the Tommy's apparently the very first scene he ever did. acting in the movie.
Yeah.
But it's the I did not hit her, I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not.
Oh, yeah,
hi,
sorry.
Mark.
I did not. Hi, Mark. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? I rewound that about 3 times.
And he had
one inflection of that of the delivery of those lines sounds natural.
And what's amazing, it took him how many takes to finally get to that?
Yeah.
From his own fucking movie and his own script.
He comes out one time, one take, and he's like, I hit her.
I hit her.
What line? What is line?
The script director is just trying to be like, it's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. It's like, my guy.
Say it just
cinema.
like that. So he said it just like that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That shot is absolute cinema.
I couldn't understand how. I don't think the editor got paid enough for this movie.
No.
Whoever had to edit this movie down, I don't think they were high enough. I don't think they got paid enough. I don't think it was worth it. I don't think that they have. I think they have this on their resume to show that the work they could do at a low budget.
Arguably, Sandy Schler could be argued as deserving of a director or co-director credit on this for the amount of work that he put in. The script supervisor.
Yeah. He pretty much helped direct all of Tommy's scenes and helped him like actually get through each bit of dialogue and everything, which had to have been like an almost want to say Sisyphean effort, but probably more Herculean. And I don't know.
From what I heard, he's kind of salty about it, about the fact that he didn't really get any credit on this movie, that he was fired, and essentially the fact that this movie is coherent at all may in fact be because of Sandy Schler.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah.
So, to take of that what you will, but somebody had to tell Tommy, no, you can't be a vampire.
Somebody had to. Yeah.
We're not putting that in the movie.
Yeah. Now, as far as me, I mean, when it comes to scenes in this movie, it's like, I actually think that the chocolate is the symbol of love scene.
Yeah.
That is just so... It could almost be its own little vignette, It could be its own little skit, because it's just so random. We don't know who these characters are. They just come in, and I guess everybody can just freely come into this fucking apartment just nonstop, and apparently have sex there.
Yeah,
and everything,
and then casually mention it in another conversation with Tommy.
Yeah, and he doesn't even mind. I guess.
I'll tell you what though. The actor that plays Mike has the best O face I've ever seen in cinema.
Absolutely. It's like, I mean, he... But also, him and Michelle have the healthiest relationship out of anybody in this entire movie.
Michelle, though. Everybody
also
talks
true.
about Lisa, but Michelle.
I know. Her friend is just like... She's better in every way. Objectively speaking, man. It's like, what the fuck? It's like she's the keeper.
She's hot.
But chocolate is the symbol of love.
Did you know that chocolate was the symbol of love, Derik?
I am chocolate.
Yes, absolutely. There you go.
Hello, ladies.
Fuck yeah.
I'm the symbol of love.
That's what's up.
What's
up, bro.
My name's the Freaky Deaky. Oh, hi, Mark.
But what about you, man? What is one of your I don't want to say favorite, more memorable scenes?
For me or for Bo?
Yeah, for you.
Oh,
for you, Derik.
For me personally, it's there's a couple of memorable scenes that always involve Denny. Like I said, the football scene is upper level. The drug scene is upper level. But the best scene to me is the first time that Lisa tells her mom that Johnny hit her. Out of fucking nowhere.
Johnny doesn't drink.
And that was the best part. Johnny got drunk and then he hit me. But we literally see her force the drink upon him.
Exactly. The Scotchka.
I love how she's just like, Johnny doesn't drink. The Nostalgia Critic has a bit in his review where he's like, which is, I feel like kind of instrumental in understanding this movie. I recommend anyone to even, it's kind of an introduction to this movie. Go check out the Nostalgia Critic review. But during that scene in particular, he's like, you know, I know he hits you like a football player's wife, but Johnny doesn't drink.
Absolutely.
It was so out of nowhere. And yet so it felt like to her credit, it felt like Juliette Danielle was actually putting her all into this movie. It felt like she was trying to act. Yeah. No matter how inane the script got. So for her to say that, to just see what looked like so much confusion on her young face. Like she's 18. Knowing now that she's 18, seeing the confusion on her face, she says, Johnny hit me. Huh?
Yeah. She's just
Here.
like, what?
You know what?
Johnny got drunk and hit me?
Right? And there's like no evidence of this. It's like
it comes out of nowhere, like you said. You know, you're like, wait, what? Did you?
I mean, I get that it's supposed to be like, you know, the first instance of Lisa being really manipulative and, you know, really kind of sociopathic, but it just comes across as just really flat and just inconsequential almost, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously, she did try to do her best with what Tommy gave her.
My other favorite scene, quite simply, was this quote. Mark and Johnny are talking to each other, and Mark says, "How was work today?" Johnny says, "Oh, pretty good. We got a new client, and the bank will make a lot of money." Mark says, "What client?" Johnny says, "I can't tell you. It's confidential." Mark says, "Oh, come on, why not?" And Johnny's like, "No, I can't. Anyways, how's your sex life?"
How is your sex life?
How is your sex life?
This is how great American people talk, Greg.
That's how Americans
talk about sex.
Talk about sex all the time, Greg. That's what I hear it all the time.
There's nothing confidential in sex, but you know, a bank client, you know, what? Get the fuck out of my face. So did you put it in her butt or what?
You know, what's great is that Mark just pretty much gives the same answer that Johnny gave him just then. It's just like, oh, you know, I can't tell you that.
Yeah.
You know?
I have another favorite scene, by the way. And it's, I feel like this scene needs to be studied in cinema. And it's the rose shop scene, the flower shop scene, you know? Hi, how can I help you? The upside down rose
scene.
Yeah, can I buy a dozen red roses, please? Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't realize it was you. Wait a second. You didn't realize it was Johnny until he took his sunglasses off?
This motherfucker here.
This tall-ass motherfucker.
Tall vampire-looking
dark hair.
Dracula, like Vlad Tepes looking motherfucker. It's like, seriously?
You know, here you go. That's me. Why did he say that?
That's me.
And then, how much is it? It'll be $18. Here you go. Keep the change. Hi, doggy. You're my favorite customer. Thanks a lot. Bye.
And scene. That's actually the first scene I ever saw of this movie in the Tim and Eric Awesome Show episode that we mentioned earlier that Tommy directed. Like they of course, they were introducing him. They showed that scene in its entirety.
Just out of context, that's hilarious.
But it's the most Tommy Wiseau scene out of all of them.
Yeah.
That's just how he thinks these types of interactions work. You know, it's just da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. Okay, hi, bye, thank you.
Hi, doggy.
Yeah, and apparently he thought that dog was stuffed or something. He didn't think that it was alive. He thought that it was a fake dog.
The thing about that scene that literally irritated me the most was how he walked out of there with the flowers. Just petals down.
Yeah.
Just holding the flowers, just petals down. Dude, those petals.
There's a way to handle flowers.
Yeah.
They're delicate.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the phrase, she's delicate like a flower? You're literally holding him upside down as you just traipse out of this store and bop your way to your car. What? Those are...
Practically slams it into
first,
the door while opening it. Slams the whole bouquet.
But also, why does the scene exist? What is the purpose of the scene? What does it do other than continue to demonstrate, hammer the point in that Johnny is this doting future husband? By the way, they never use the word fiance in this movie. It's always future husband and future wife.
I'm your future husband. You're my future wife. Exactly.
But literally just to show like how much of a doting future husband he is. That's the only purpose it serves. I don't know why it had to be a scene.
My theory is it goes back to that's literally just how he thinks that that people interact with each other, and he felt like that was the most human scene out of the entire movie.
It's why there are conspiracy theories that not only Johnny but Tommy Wiseau himself may actually be an alien.
Oh yes. Yeah, that's one of the theories anyway.
Yeah,
you know, or the theory that he was involved with the mob and with his real estate deals, and that's where he got all his money.
Oh, and apparently Greg Sestero headcanons that Mark had a secret job as an undercover cop, narcotics.
Yeah, exactly. And what's the other theory that after they take Chris R off screen, apparently they just take him to the alleyway and just blast him?
Just take him out? Because Chris R is never seen again.
Nope. We never see him again. And we never see cops take him away.
No.
So yeah, there's some theories to this movie.
but the reality is, you know, did Tommy think that far when he wrote it?
No. No, he didn't.
Why the fuck were Mike and his girlfriend using Johnny's apartment to fuck?
Why indeed?
Why?
Like, who does that? Who comes over to somebody's house and just fucks?
I could think of one person.
Like I literally thought it was Lisa when I first saw it. I thought it was Lisa initially. I did.
Oh.
And then I was like, wait, that's not Lisa. Who the fuck is this? Because Mike looked like Mark when I first saw it. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And then it turned out it was two random other people who were just fucking in their house.
Introduced for like the first time.
Yeah, this is the way we see these two characters first time. It's just like they're just getting at it in a random in their friend's living room.
And again, what is the point other than for Mike to bring up in another pointless scene about the meunderwears?
Meunderwears. It's like, I mean, and I just love how nonchalant Johnny is about that. He's just like, oh, well, okay.
Okay, yeah. People come into my apartment, which is...
Okay, you make love. I
make love.
I get it.
This is what Americans do.
Yeah, and then there's the whole relationship with Denny. It's just like, what? You know, you know what? I think that we should go ahead and get into our final thoughts on this. Otherwise, we're just going to just rattle on about scenes all night.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and start with you, Derik. What are your final thoughts on this? I mean, if you have any further questions to ask, now's the time.
So, did he really start recording like right when her and Mark are on the phone together in that last sequence? And how did the recorder get the whole conversation when it's a tape recorder? And
how did he know how to do that?
Right? And why did, after he blew his brains out, why did she come back and look at his head, which is literally somehow gently just, you know, fanned out on the floor? There's no blood. There's no brain fragments or anything, no skull fragments or anything. Why did she say, is he dead?
Is he dead?
Oh, well, I guess that's still just... Well, I guess that just makes more room for you and me. But why the recording thing? That was literally like, how? What? How?
Because he records everything, apparently behind the scenes as well.
Apparently, yeah.
That was it. That was the big thing for me. The psychologist was that. If you think too long about this movie, it really starts to make your face hurt.
Mm-hmm. A lot of things hurt. Your brain, your eyes, everything.
Your IQ.
Your IQ begins to diminish. Yeah.
I never thought that there was something like this in the world. Ever. I didn't. That's it. That's my whole statement. I never thought that they could make something this. You know what? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, again, me being a sound mind and body and being a black man, I'm going to say this, and all hate mail could be sent to ratchetbookclub@gmail or ratchetandratchet@gmail.com. That's the email address. This movie just shows you what you can do if you have the mindset and the determination of a mediocre white man. Nobody stood in this fucker's way at any point. No weed carriers came up to him and said, you know what, Tommy, this is bad. This is not, you shouldn't do this. It went all the way through filming. It went all the way through editing. It went all the way through all the fucking people who quit the fucking movie because it was inane, and it still made it. This motherfucker tried to send this shit to Paramount and they rejected it in 24 hours, people. Like, the mediocrity of this shit is astonishing, and yet he had a glow up. People love this shit. So you being worried about whether or not somebody's gonna like your presentation tomorrow, go for it, sis. Like, there's nothing that can stop you. If he can do this, and Tom Brady can go from being a 6th round pick to being Tom Brady, anything is possible.
Yeah. True. Very true. Very true. You are not wrong there. I mean, that's about as succinct takedown of the movie as I've heard, honestly. Yeah. That makes the most sense to me, you know? But Ash, how about you? Final thoughts?
Oh, man. Okay. So as someone who didn't get the opportunity to talk about this the first time around, let me just say, The Room is one of my favorite movies of all time. I want to say unironically, but yeah, unironically.
Oh my God.
Tied with, it's actually is my favorite movie, tied with The Princess Bride and Spider-Man No Way Home. Interestingly enough, those three movies I would say rank for number one for me.
Wow.
And I haven't really decided which one is the most. But The Room kind of has a cultural impact in my life, so to speak. I mean, it's kind of how I actually joined the podcast,
Exactly.
We found out through our mutual love of The Room. So I was introduced to this through a friend of mine from high school who showed me the Nostalgia Critic review. So that was actually my entry point. And that's why I say it's a good entry point. Like anybody that asks about this movie, I show them that video because it's very good. It hits the high points, the highlights and everything. But then you have to do yourself the service of watching it. I think any person that calls themselves a movie fan, a cinephile, somebody who looks at this shit seriously and considers themselves a fan of cinema, of movies, needs to watch The Room at least once in their life because it is that important. This is the movie that anybody who is listening to this podcast needs to watch if you haven't already, because it's kind of a rite of passage almost. This movie is just the right combination. It's like lightning in a bottle. And we've talked about So Bad It's Good movies. I would say that that this is about on par with Neil Breen's earlier films in terms of, the sincerity. But, it's such like the perfect disaster. It really is. Tommy Wiseau's genius to behold. And then that's why he's the patron saint of the podcast. He's kind of the guy that brought us together, so to speak.
Yeah. And that goes into my final thoughts is like, this podcast I created over 8 years ago. And in the living room of our dearly departed friend, Joseph Cantu, we started that. That was our pilot episode and everything. Mm-hmm. And originally, I created this podcast because I wanted to have something to do with my friends, to hang out with them, to talk with them, and everything. But I really wanted to talk about The Room. Because I just, especially when I realized that me and Robert, we had that love of The Room and everything. It's like we came together. I mean, unfortunately, we couldn't talk about it together this time or back then, unfortunately, because of reasons. But I mean, if it wasn't for The Room, this podcast would not be here. We wouldn't be here right now talking to Derik.
Yeah.
We would never have met all these people who have helped us out throughout these 100 episodes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's why it's like, yeah, this is a personal movie to me. It's like, this is like exactly, the type of movie that brings people together.
Yeah.
And that's the coolest thing that Tommy and Greg made here. Something that brings people together, that starts friendships, that has helped start careers, you know, and has also it helped us get into the Potter family, and it helped us, kind of become what we are today. It's like the room is a huge part of that. So yeah, it's like that's what makes this episode really important. It's like we've come a long way, and the room has been there like since the beginning.
Yeah, I would go so far as to say is that it's important to cinema, or at least our sphere of.
Yes, very. It's very important to our sphere of cinema. So it's like, with that said, I'm glad that we've made it all this way. I'm glad that we get to talk about The Room again. I'm glad that we had Derik come on to talk about and give us this fresh perspective on this unique movie.
Definitely.
And we do have some messages from a few of our friends.
Well, hello there, Collateral Cinema Podcast. It is I, the Vern from Cinema Recall, wishing everyone there a happy 100th episode anniversary extravaganza. Very, very cool. Big shout out right now to Bo Maddox, Ashley Chancellor, and Robert Oregon. It's amazing. 100 shows. You guys covered a lot of great episodes. I loved your episodes that you did on the Indiana Jones saga. That was very, very cool. And then you also did episodes on the Dynamic Toys movie commentary. That was very cool. And you did episodes all about the Monster Squad. Very, very nice. And you did shows on Rocky 3 and on the Goonies and just a whole bunch of other great shows. And, whoa, what's this? You did an episode on Lost Highway featuring yours truly, me, which is obviously the best show ever made right there. I mean, all the other shows you've done were great. They're wonderful. But that one right there featuring the Vern from Cinema Recall is the creme de la creme, the wonderful, wonderful great thing. I hear you're going to be covering The Room, Tommy Wiseau's The Room, not Brie Larson's Room, which should be kind of a cool thing if she was part of that story. Maybe she should remake The Room, and Tommy Wiseau should remake Room, and they should like switch each other's roles right there. I think that would be cool. I don't know. Maybe you guys talk about that. But yes, you're covering The Room. Tommy Wiseau's The Room. It's tearing me apart, Lisa. Yeah, very cool. I've only seen the movie once because people say that it's so bad it's good, and I just think the movie's just bad. But I'm sure if you watch it with a bunch of people and you're drinking beers, it's going to be a hell of a fun time. And I know it's going to be a hell of a fun time listening to your show more than it is to watch the movie. Anyways, folks, happy 100th anniversary. I love you all very much, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye. Yes, Bruno, back on your show. Love you. Bye.
Hey there, guys. It is Stu from SWO Productions. I am a fan of the show. I'm a friend of the show. I'm a former guest of the show, and I'm very excited for you guys to be hitting your 100th episode. That is absolutely phenomenal. So congratulations to you guys on that. I see that you will be discussing The Room. You've been mentioning that a lot on Twitter, so have fun with that. That's a movie I could never get all the way through. So good luck with The Room. Congratulations again on 100 episodes, and here's to 100 more.
Oh, hi, Collateral Cinema. It's Cam from the Spy Hearts podcast, wishing you a very happy 100 episodes. You had us on to tackle the Star Wars prequels and Corvette Summer, which really leads me to question whether I should be wishing you that happy a celebration after all. But needless to say, I do, damn it. And what better movie to tackle for this momentous occasion than The Room? You know, I've never gotten to see this movie with an audience, and I really feel I am missing out in life in general. I watched it with a party of 2 back in the day, and we did laugh a lot, but felt like the effect was missing a bit. But you know what? Tackling it on a podcast sounds like the next best thing to a crazy crowd. So I hope you guys have a blast with it. Keep on going forward and keep on rocking, guys. You're killing it.
Hey, it's your friends Kevin And Aaron from the podcast That Wouldn't Die. Go ahead, Aaron. Say hello.
Hello.
We're just saying how excited and impressed and grateful to our friends over at the Collateral Cinema Podcast on their crowning achievement of 100 episodes. It's a shame that they had to celebrate The Room on the 100th episode, if I'm being honest.
Dude, you lie. Room, the musical, would be amazing. And my one oddball story is I was recently in Santa Cruz and I was walking by a theater with a bunch of my old friends and it said The Room and Tommy and cast were going to be there. I almost dumped all my childhood friends to just run in there and check that shit out. Took all my strength.
I would rather watch Room with Allison Brie or Brie Larson, one of the Bries, where she's trapped
also,
in a...
that would be a good musical.
where she's trapped in a cage in a sex farm. Anywho, so once again, congratulations, guys. You deserve it.
Congratulations. 100 is hard. Now the next 1,000 will breeze by.
Hey guys, from the Collateral Cinema Podcast, this is Frank over at Geek Freaks. 100 episodes, that is insane. Lord knows it's the hardest thing to do is to meet up 100 times as adults. That is the tricky thing. And in classic Collateral Cinema fashion, they are watching a movie that truly is painful to see, and that is The Room by Tommy Wiseau. I mean, like, you guys have such a good knack of picking movies that actually give you cancer. So congratulations on 100 episodes, and I feel bad for you guys in The Room, but please keep up the great work, y'all. You're my favorite 420 podcast that's nice to just kind of listen to and chill out and after a very long day. Keep it up, y'all. And here's to another 100.
Well, this is Josh from Victims and Villains, and I just want to say congratulations, Bo and Ash, on 100 episodes of Collateral Cinema Podcast. It is truly a feat, and as a fellow podcaster myself, I understand how hard it is to do 10 episodes, let alone 100, and keep going. Very few podcasters get to it, and welcome to the Triple Digits Club. It's great to have you guys. I don't know what you're thinking. Yes, I am recording this naked because I have to have my buns out in order to sell this portion of the podcast. Very Tommy Wiseau logic. Seems perfectly logical, and if you haven't seen The Room yet, or The Disaster Artist, or read The Disaster Artist, I cannot recommend it enough. But I think it is amazing that you guys are celebrating 100 episodes by going back to one of the most memed movies that you guys love to bring into the conversation on countless episodes and collaborations that we've had together, and just episodes I've listened to of you guys in the past. The Room is a misunderstood masterpiece. I will stand by that. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out and tell Mark I said hi.
Hi guys, this is Ian. And this is Lewis. From the Retro Anime Podcast. Congratulations on reaching your 100th episode. It's been great to collaborate with you guys. The Room is a great choice for your 100th episode. It's that so bad it's good.
Oh yeah, an unparalleled cinematic experience. It's one of the best movies of the 21st century, so why would you not do it for your 100th episode?
So notorious that it even spun off a making of film. How many films get that, you know? So
yeah, exactly. That's success in a nutshell.
That's success in a nutshell, exactly. So yeah, well done guys.
Bye for now.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa. Oh, hi, Mark. I got the results of the test back. I definitely have breast cancer. I just like to watch you guys. The Room is by far the most quotable and at the same time worst movie ever made. It's hard to watch every single time I am dared to watch it, but I'm so glad you guys are covering it. Congrats on 100 episodes, gang, and here's to 100 more. Keep bringing us the film joy you always do. Much love and respect from your friend Jim at Film Rage.
Hey guys, Craig from Reading Between the Reels here. Just wanted to say congratulations on 100 episodes of Collateral Cinema. It's quite an accomplishment, guys. Keep up the good work.
All right, thank you all so much. That is so overwhelming. Thank you all for sending your messages and your thoughts on The Room. Thank you so much. It's been quite a ride. We thank Derik for being here. Thank you so much for being on this episode. That means a lot to us, man.
I will never trust y'all again. I knew exactly what I was getting into with this, and I am just grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity to join y'all for such an amazing experience. Like, honestly, like, this is one of those things where when I was 17 years old, my mom and we lived in Washington, D.C., or on the outskirts of Washington, D.C., in a place called Waldorf, Maryland. And I'm a California kid, born and bred. I had moved out there my senior year of high school, so I was literally miserable. I had met some people, but I didn't know the people like I knew out here, lifelong friends and everything. And so on a rainy day in Waldorf, Maryland, my mom and I went to the local mom and pop's video store. I don't remember where my brother was at the time. He wasn't there. And we're perusing the different movies, and there's all the famous movies and all that kind of stuff, but this is a mom and pop's video store. And so in a corner of one of the shelves, there's a movie called Just Damn Lucky. And so this is one of those movies where when your eyes alight upon it, it's like on Back to the Future when it does a sound in the background or whatever, like it's magically appearing there. My mom and we took it back to the house. We made some sandwiches. We made ham sandwiches on sourdough bread with cheddar cheese and some tomato soup. And we sat there and we watched this absurd movie, and it was literally the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. It was a movie, an all-black cast of people. It felt like it was made by somebody who worked at the video store, and they just snuck it into a corner. That's what it felt like. Wow. And it was so over the top, and it was so bad that it was good. And watching it with my mom, it's still an experience that every so often I think of. It's one of those type of memories that you hold to yourself. And I don't know if she even remembers watching that movie. I've never spoken with her about it again, but I'm sure if I did, she'd be like, yes, I definitely remember watching that awful movie with you. The Room is one of those experiences where when you watch it, you get the opportunity to see something that you will never see again. There aren't a lot of movies that are this blatantly bad, where they just become, what the fuck am I watching? And then it becomes, oh my God, did anybody else experience or feel the way that I felt when I was watching this? And that's what I feel about having the opportunity to not only watch this movie for the first time, but to have the opportunity to talk with y'all about it and be absolutely flabbergasted about it, because I'm never going to get another chance like that again. I doubt that I'll ever force this movie upon my wife. I don't think I will. I don't think she'll make it all the way through it.
No, she's going to have to come to it her own way.
Exactly. But it's one of those things where you will never forget. I will never forget The Room. I won't. I'm actually, like I said, I'm looking forward to watching The Disaster Artist to find out more about this and reading the history about it and everything. And it's all because of the two of you. So I really do appreciate that. I do. It speaks volumes that y'all entrusted your 100th episode to me. And I don't take that lightly at all. So I wanted to say again, from the bottom of my heart, congratulations, y'all. This is fantastic. I am so proud of y'all. Like, this is
thank you.
This is big.
Man. Thank you, bro. That means a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you and like I mentioned before, I can't wait until you're on the other side of 200. And then 400, and then 800. And we're just standing there like, remember literally 700 episodes ago when we talked about The Room? Let's get Derik's son in here to watch The Room. And now he can tell y'all what he thinks about it. Because this really only works if you have somebody who's black and completely unaware of this shit, like 100%.
Exactly.
Oh my God. No, this movie is the whitest shit ever. Is it not?
It is very white. Very.
Oh my God.
Besides the Buttercream Gang. Actually, we have a movie for you. If you haven't seen the Buttercream Gang, you want to see the whitest shit.
Painfully white.
The buttered.
Painful.
Okay. I'm all in. I definitely am all in because, like I said, these experiences are something that you hold. I hold it dear to myself. So bring it on.
Hell yeah, man.
Bring it on.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, all right. I guess that's going to wrap it up for this discussion of The Room. Derik, what's going on with Ratchet in hindsight?
So for Ratchet Book Club, like I said, right now I am currently reading. So look, Ratchet Book Club ain't for everybody. All right, I read hood classics, I read good classics, and I make fun of them. A lot of people think that means I'm going to read a book and just read the book. No, motherfucker, it's a book club. So I'm talking while I'm reading the book, and I'm talking about what's going on. I'm talking about my feelings. Sometimes my wife is there. I'm talking with her about it. But a lot of times, I'm just talking about the book. And people ask me, they're like, "Are you fucking stupid?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "You're talking like the characters are fucking real." And I'm like, how else am I supposed to react? Like, I can't be like, the writer did this and it really threw me off. Yeah, I could do that, but it's a lot better if I'm just like, yo, why the fuck are you doing this shit? So I talk like the characters are actually in the world because I'm immersed in the world that they're in and I'm trying to respect that shit. But a lot of people don't expect me to talk nearly as much as I talk outside of reading the actual book. You know, if it's a bad enough book, I'm going to make comments about it. It has to happen. Right now I am reading the third book in the series of Sleeping with Enemies. That's what the first one was called. It's a book by a gentleman named Eric Jerome Dickey. May he rest in peace. He passed away from cancer a couple years back. He's one of my favorite authors of all time, so I knew I wanted to read this series. And it's a rip-roaring action series with a lot of sex scenes. I've also read books such as Holes by Louis Sacker. Like I said earlier, I read A Bridge of Terabithia, The Phantom Toll Booth, Babysitter's Club. I've read some James Patterson books. I've read some Dean Koontz books. I read Life Expectancy and From the Corner of His Eye. I've also read Horson by Donald Goins. Just like books, just like things that I think might be interesting, and I just comment on them and just talk about them while I'm going through it, and it's amazing. As far as hindsight goes, every single time that me and my guy Brandon sit down and we do another show for The Shield or for Oz or anything like that. So we have another podcast called A Seat at the Spades Table. It's me and two other black guys. It's a seat at the spades table. It's a double entendre, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it works. We talk old TV shows. We started off by talking about Oz. And we went episode by episode and made we rode the shit out of Oz. Because that shit literally made no sense after like season 4. So we made fun of it till the wheels fell off. And we kept going. So we also did Orphan Black. We did this old show for ESPN called Playmakers, a football show. We did Curb Your Enthusiasm. We did Breaking Bad. And now we're doing The Shield. And we go episode by episode. Like, we pull no punches. I do a full analysis of the show. I take notes, like 6 pages of notes for each episode, and we discuss it. And it's incredible. So I'm literally urging people to take a look at that show. Again, it is A Seat at the Spades Table. That's the name of the podcast group. And check that out. But every time we do that show, we talk about something else we should have watched for Hindsight. So Hindsight has been on hiatus for about a year because we're doing all these other shows together. But it's going to come back because there's a ton of films that we still have to watch that we haven't gotten a chance to really talk about, like The Legend of Billie Jean.
Oh, nice.
That's on the list. Yeah, it's literally on the list. We haven't made fun of a lot of movies that need to be made fun of. This will never be on the list. The Room, I will never make Brandon watch this. Maybe for our 500th episode. But we're going to be back to that. It'll be available. But yeah, Ratchet Book Club, Seat at the Spades Table. Please check them out. Let me know what you think. I'm available. I don't get on Twitter like I used to because there's a lot of fuckboys on Twitter. But
yeah,
you can catch up with me somewhere.
Not wrong. You're not wrong with there. Yeah, we mostly post on Blue Sky. We still post on Twitter, but I mean, we do Blue Sky and Threads as well. So, you know, Well, hell yeah. Ash, what's going on with Collateral Gaming?
Well, we should have out by now our episode on Bushido Played, as well as at least part 1 of our season finale, which is covering the Nintendo Switch 2 release. We're a little over a month now past, which is not the time frame that I wanted to get it out, but it's out. So Mario Kart World is part 1 of that, and then part 2 is going to be just kind of a look at the console itself, as well as the launch lineup and a few of the games that have released in June and July, up to and including Donkey Kong Bonanza, which I'm having a lot of fun with. So yeah, go check out our Switch 2 console overview / launch review. And we're going to start gearing up for the next season of Collateral Gaming, which should be season 8. As of right now, we're set to open up with Fallout 4, as that was originally meant to be our season finale before we knew the Switch 2 was coming. So as of right now, that should be our season premiere, but I don't want to set anything in stone right now because I have no clue when Metroid Prime 4 is coming out, and that's going to take the seat of whatever we're doing that particular month. So whenever Metroid Prime 4 comes out, we're definitely going to cover that. But stay tuned for our conclusion of our season finale and the premiere of our next season and some post-season content on both the Collateral Cinema and Collateral Gaming YouTube channels. We'll also relaunch Collateral Let's Play and start doing regular episodes on that, including Phoenix Wright Wednesdays, right, Bo?
Exactly, Phoenix Wright Wednesdays. We're still on like the first case and everything. Like, I mean, we still need to get back to that, but also we might also be doing we might be doing the Beat 'em Up Fridays as well. I might get back on that.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I've pitched a few other ideas. I know I was doing Call of Duty Saturdays for a while. I might go back to that, or might just kind of make it more of a broad multiplayer shooters thing.
Yeah.
I would like to do like something like Metroid Mondays. That was an idea I bounced at one point.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Because not just going through the games, but like, getting into like the speed runs and trying out, fan games and things,
that's a great idea. Hell yeah.
So
right on.
Stay tuned for more Collateral Let's Play content.
Yep. And on Collateral Cinema, our latest episode is, of course, Mean Girls. So if you haven't listened to that, listen to that coming up very soon. And we do have a recent director's cut anime edition where we talked about Lupin the Third Voyage to Danger. Lupin the Third is good shit, man. It's So definitely check that out. And Collateral Cinema Season 9 will be very interesting. I mean, we're talking about everything from Cade the Tortured Crossing to I don't remember what you chose. I think
The Amazing Spider-Man, Evil Dead, because it's another man named Ashley. So fuck yeah, and he's a badass,
of course, yeah.
And what else? Boruto, Naruto the movie, because we talked about this last season.
Yeah.
And I had one more.
I'm not sure whether it wasn't another. I'm not sure what it was.
I don't know. We'll leave it as a surprise.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna do Dead Alive, Brain Dead, Cade the Tortured Crossing, Buttercream Gang, Secret of Treasure Mountain.
Fuck yeah.
And Solo or the 120 Days of Sodom. Yeah.
It's about time.
Yeah, I think that it's quite prescient.
I mean, either that or Cannibal Holocaust at this point, right?
Yeah. Either way, it's just like, hey, that's just the world nowadays.
Yeah.
But anyway, look for Collateral Cinema Season 9 coming in October. Of course, we top load most of our content in October with horror Halloween content. So, of course, we're going to be getting back to Halloween. We're going to do Halloween 6, Curse of Michael Myers this time. And
Paul Rudd's debut.
Hell yeah. And we have all kinds of interesting stuff in store. We will be doing an Adult Swim edition of the director's cut coming very soon, where we're going to talk about Space Ghost Coast to Coast and the career of the legendary George Lowe, who passed away recently, unfortunately. So we're going to get to that and more. So stay tuned, everybody. We have a lot in store for everything. So I guess that with all of that said, I guess it's time to wrap up this 100th episode of Collateral Cinema and the season finale.
And stay tuned for our 200th episode where we'll actually guest host Tommy Wiseau himself. It's going to happen. I've said it.
At some point, we're going to have to try to get Tommy on the show.
We're
going to have to. We have to.
200. Let's go. Let's get Tommy on the show. Or Greg or somebody involved.
Somebody. Yeah. Even if it's Julia Danielle or somebody like that. Yeah. But yeah, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for listening all these 100 episodes and all the different stuff that we've done over the years. With all that said, I now declare this season of Collateral Cinema to be over and this first era of Collateral Cinema to be over. On to 200, the next era of the podcast. So,
fuck yeah.
With all of that said, I'm Johnny.
I'm Ryan Gosling.
Hi, Mark.
And this was Collateral Cinema, the 100th episode and the season finale. See you all in October. Out. Collateral Cinema is a Collateral Media podcast. All music and movie clips are owned by the respective creators and are used for educational purposes only. Please don't sue us. We're poor.